Hi guys, so I'm going to show you demo through my lesson for 5th grade history. The lesson is on the kids are going to create a storybook of the Native Americans, the standards about them, knowing the significant groups of Native Americans before the American Revolution. So yeah, the objective is this: they're going to be given a certain Native American group to research and brainstorm and then create a storybook in the end. So the first thing I want to jump into is I want to show you the brainstorming site. So here is my the brainstorming map I made for an example, and I use the Aztecs as the Indian group I chose. And this site's just really cool because you can add on little blurbs, and it's just an easy way to organize your information. And I'll just show you real fast how you go about doing that. So you click start here and you can add anything, like here I'll do summertime, and then you can add a little blurb down here and say swimming, and then add a blurb, or add another one. You could say you tan, or whatever you want to be. And what else is cool is you can also change the color. So if I want that to be red, or the color theme. It's just really cool, and yeah, it's just a really fun and easy site that the kids can use to organize all their data, and it's not just on a piece of paper, so it's more interactive online. Gives them another place to go to when they want to brainstorm something. So yeah, that is that site. And then I'm going to show you the storybook that they're going to create. So after they've brainstormed all their ideas of the Native Americans, they are going to jump to this site, which is Story Jumper. I'm actually going to take you to the one I did, and if you'll notice, you have to be a member to view any of the storybooks. So I just created a username and password that everyone can just plug on in and then they can go to. But here is the book I created, and Life of the Cherokee Indians. So if you want to play it, you just have to click on the book and it'll go from page to page. And then I will show you in a second how I went about doing this. So on one more page, and it's the end. So if I click edit, I'll be able to show you kind of how I did the storybook and what's awesome about it. So I'll let that load. But yeah, what I really liked about Story Jumper was how the kids can go onto Google and pick any pictures they want to put into their storybook. They don't have to use the pictures that you see here in the side bars. They can add any pictures they want. And I thought that's really important, especially since they're going to be doing it on Native Americans, and typically sites like this won't have pictures of the specific Native Americans. So if you see over here, I added a few from Google that I found of the Cherokee Indians that relate to each chapter. And so if you want to get some more photos, I'll show you how to do that. So you'd have to upload them from your computer. Browse your computer. Let me take a little time. So, yeah, you can just pretty much pick whatever pictures you choose, and then how you go about downloading those is just going on to Google. You can type in summertime. And then click some images. And then say we wanted to put this picture into it. I will just let it load and then save image as. And then just pick a good destination to where you can remember where your pictures are. So we'll put it in this folder. And then when you want to browse your computer, you can find them right there. And so say I wanted to put the picture over here, I can just click the picture, either make it a prop, which would be a small picture, as you see here in the screen, or we can make it the whole scene, which would blow it up all over the whole page of the book. And that is what I'm going to do on this page. So we'll crop it. Done. Let it load for a little bit, and then there we go. And depending on the picture, it might be kind of blurry or not, so you might want to use it as a prop or as a total background, but that's all just kind of the kids' choice. So I'm going to show you now how to put text into the page, and obviously I'm gonna fix this book and put it back to its original view so you guys can see what it was like before, but I just wanted to show you exactly how I got to do everything. So I'm going to delete everything, and you can just pick a text box. They have a few like heading text boxes that I really liked, and I think it was this one I chose to do in my whole book. So we can say things to do in the summer. That up there, and then you can drag this out. Actually, I'm going to do the big text box. So you can type whatever you want. So, and then what's cool about the big text box, which none of the other text boxes have, is you can change the font, the size of the text, the make it bold, the color, where you want it in the page, which is the bold text box is what I used for my whole book because it was just a lot easier to type in. But obviously you can use any of the text boxes, or the students can use any of the text boxes. But yeah. So I'm gonna undo all this stuff. But yeah, this site was pretty easy to use. It wasn't difficult at all. It was really self-explanatory. I've actually never done it before. I did this assignment. Get all this back. I'm sure there's an easier way, but I'm not even gonna attempt it. That. Alright, I'll worry about this later, but yeah, this book is like super easy to make, super fun. The kids can, you know, add any special effects that they want to, put on some props. There's a whole bunch of different little figurines that they can put down, and of course they can add their own props. And yeah, they're going to be the information they get, they're going to be going online and Googling about their Native American tribe that they're studying, and the sites that they can go to can either be through Google, or if the teacher has some safe sites that they already want their kids to study from, then you can give them that. But it also is kind of fun, just especially if they're 5th grade, they're a little bit older, to where you can kind of let them be a little bit more free on the internet, but just make sure you're watching very carefully. But yeah, so that's storybook. And at the end of the lesson, I also talked about how if you are able to and if funds are available, the kiddos can either print their book, like get it published, have an actual physical copy of it, or tangible, or they can just, if funds are not available, the teacher can pull this site up on their smartboard and the kids can go up in front of the class and talk about their book. And so this way all the kids learn about or review all the other Indian tribes that they did not get to do research on. So yeah, that is how to use Story Jumper on the Cherokee Indians, and that is pretty much the sum up of my whole lesson. So I hope you liked it.